I just ask who wants to go first, what next. And again, after that, it's almost channeling. It just go. And almost like a jazz player do improvisation. He or she just feels like it. And it just bloom and just go from there.
Hi, my name is Asura. You're entering World Gone Good.
Well, hello, my name's Steve, and this is the place where we shine the light on everyday people making good happen each and every day. Welcome to World Gone Good. So, I'm on one of my walks through my neighborhood, and I'm literally 2 blocks from my home when I come upon a sign on the glass of this building, a building I have passed 1,000 times. It's a woman offering a sound experience. She has a QR code on it. I take out my phone, I line up the camera, and boom, I discover a woman named Asura who is offering that week for people to join her in her studio as she plays her sound bowls and her drums and her gongs and more things. And the next thing I know, I've gotten us tickets. Well, I'm so excited to go, but then there's a little hiccup in the plans when I get a stomach bug and I cannot attend. But my husband and my next door neighbor, they go, they have a great time, and they come like floating home, talking all about it. They're like transformed by what they've taken part in, and I am so jealous. I really was jealous because I really wanted to go. And I'm like, I have to get better, and I have to go to this. So I do get better, and I do go. And yes, they were not faking, people. It really is something amazing, something transformative. So then I do what I do. You know what I do when I do what I do. I send Asura an email and say, hey, you want to come on the pod? And she says, sure. So I head over with my mini microphones and my laptop, and I set everything up, and there's some other technical things, whatever. I'm going to speak with her, and I'm going to have her play her instruments because I need you, yes, you, to experience the good of this all. So today, we start our good time together in a very different and unique way. We usually start with the interview, right? Well, we're changing it up. We're going to do this very different today. We are going to bring us, into a world of sound, unlike many of us probably have not experienced before. Take a few minutes and allow what you're about to hear wash over you. See how it makes you feel. Listen to your body to feel how it resonates with you. And know that if you hear other noises around, that's Asura moving around the room, making these sounds happen. And this is her, this is Asura, here to play for us and begin to take us on a sound journey. So there's so many places we could start here, but I'm going to start really wide and we'll go in.
Okay.
What are some of your favorite sounds?
Oh, sound of nature, sound of children's laughter, adults' laughter, and the silence in between. Silence has so much meaning. And also, it took me some time, but I learned to love my voice. My voice is something really soothes me. And if you're asking me the very specific instruments, I love gongs.
Gongs.
Nice. Yes. So, after I started learning to play these different instruments, I kind of shy away from the traditional piano or guitar music because they have a slightly different approach. So, yes, these days I just go outside, listen to the birds, and I just really love my instruments. And I really pay attention to people's voice because it has a very unique, I wouldn't say voice print. Yes, not a fingerprint, voice print. Yes. And yeah.
Where did this all start? Do you come from a healing background? Do you come from a teaching background? Or none of those things?
Actually, all of them.
Okay.
Yes. As a little girl, I really wanted to be a singer. And I was in school choir and I took some private lessons, but I knew that I didn't have it. I didn't really have talent. So I thought, oh, I cannot be a singer. What am I going to do?
How did you know you didn't have talent?
That's the really interesting thing. But I guess I didn't get picked.
Okay.
So, and I just knew that all other people had just a very shining talent. And again, everyone has a unique skills and talent and beautifulness in their voice. But back then I was very judgmental. Only certain people get Grammys. Only certain people be on the opera theater. So I was very, very sad. So I went into child development. I was infant caregiver, and also I was at the preschool toddler. So I was able to see the world, the eyes of children. And that really, really helped me rediscover how this place is just so full of magic and wonder. And I've always wanted to do art. Again, I was being very, very judgmental. My art is not quite there.
Judgmental of yourself.
Yes, judgmental of myself. Yes. I think because where I came from, Japanese culture has very high expectation in many, many things. So they encourage people to thrive. But at the same time, they judge. This is okay, but this is not quite right there. So that was my upbringings. So all my journey is how I'm going to love myself, how I'm going to find my own uniqueness that no one has. So that has been my journey. And watching children all day long, I see their beauty within. And I thought, I want to sing, dance like kids.
Free. Free.
Being free. Yes. So it's almost like I relived my childhood with the children that I was taking care of.
Where was this?
This was UCSB, Child Care Center.
Okay.
And I also worked at the Head Start, which is government subsidized child care setting. So I was in child care setting about 7-8 years. Yes. And it was such a joy. Then another page turn of my life, I become a massage therapist. And that came out really, really naturally. Then I was working with adults, but all these experience helped me understand and also nonverbal communication because I was taking care of infants. Of course, they couldn't tell me what they want. So I was trying to really read them, try to understand what they want by nonverbal communication, and also try to read their energy. So all that things really helped me become a really intuitive massage therapist. And I have been doing massage and body work, energy work about 21 years. So about 9 years ago, one of my clients had a crystal singing bowls at her house. And I thought, what is that? And she was talking to the crystal singing bowl. She's talking to object, but I thought this must be really, really interesting thing because I used to, I still do, but talk to plants. I talk to, objects as if everything has a spirit. So I thought, okay, Krishna Sunyibo must have a spirit too. And I was really, really impressed how she was, creating the sound. But back then I felt like I wasn't quite spiritually working enough to play them. So my life was a little crazy. And after I was able to deal with many challenges, and I said, you know what, it's time for me to go get bowls. That's how I started.
You just woke up one day and said, time for bowls.
Yes.
I love this because we talk about this on the show a lot. It's like, what's your spark? Like, what was your moment?
Mm-hmm.
And your moment was when you went to this person's house and something connected.
Yes.
And it brought you back somehow to, because there's a love of music going on here too.
Absolutely.
And melody and connection, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you decide you're going to go get some bowls. Listen, life's a lot easier now with Google, right?
That's right.
Right? Because if there's no Google, you'd be like, now where would I get Target? Does Target have bowls?
Macy's.
Ralph's. Maybe there's a cereal bowl aisle. I don't know. So so you go get one bowl, you go test bowls. What do you do?
So this lady obviously had the bowl, and maker of the bowl was Crystal Tone. It's an American company, which is one of the best. Well, actually, the best manufacturer for these alchemy singing bowls. So I actually did Google.
Sure.
Yeah.
No harm.
10 years ago. Yes. And I was just going on and on and on. I love the color. I love the texture. And I went to Mount Shasta. They have the store. It was funny thing I was thinking about. I wanted to see the bowl in person instead of just ordering.
See, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about, because there's got to be a connection with it.
Yes.
It's got to come down to how that makes you feel. The sound.
Yes.
And the color, because your bowls range from clear bowls to painted bowls to, there's some of them are like look alive because they're shimmering. And I was looking at that last night too. I got to tell you, a couple of times I opened my eyes because I like to watch your process, and I like to move my body around as well. But there is a connection for you when you go to look for the bowls.
Yes. So these alchemy singing bowls are embedded with the minerals and gemstones. So, for example, the purple ones that has a platinum and amethyst. And the pink one over there has a platinum and ruby.
And do each of those have an energy significance?
Yes, exactly. Yes. So that's why I'm drawn to certain color and certain gemstones. I really do love those elements of the part of the earth, bringing us more energy of transformation and evolution. So I became very, very obsessed with these bowls. And actually, you can see those bowl has a slightly different size and it has a different frequencies. And just like musical instruments, they have a different note and they create their certain harmonies. So I don't just buy a set. I just handpick, okay, this one goes with this bowl. This one, this bowl and this one will create certain frequency that affect our brain in a certain different ways. So,
How many did you buy to start?
3, because they give me a discount if it was 3.
So Costco, I love it. No, that's excellent. No, because I was going to say, because as you add to a sound, you have to either embed that sound in your mind and your being so that you can go, or do you bring the bowls with you to play alongside?
Yes. So I went to this Mount Shasta store once, and obviously, if I have only one, that's only one note. It's almost like playing one note.
Right.
So there's no whole lot of variation. So that's why I bought 3. They harmonize, created nice overtones. But couple of years later, I started going to this lady in Los Angeles, and she will help me the next bowl that I should be buying. So I'll bring my 5 bowls, 6 bowls to her place in studio, and she will let me know, okay, why don't you take this one? So she was really personally helping me.
And who taught you the skill to play? Did you teach yourself?
Actually, yes. And also I have gone to many workshops and
Right.
yes. And back then, we still don't have a whole lot of university teaches this. We do have universities that teaches music therapy, but the sound therapy we call, or sound bath, this kind of still wasn't really mainstream yet. So I went to many different sound bath to learn how others are doing, and also went to conference and workshops. And I wanted to find the teacher who I feel resonate with. So that's how I learned. But after all, I can let you play these balls because you don't really have to know exactly how to do it. Just don't break it by, smashing the balls. Yes. But they are so forgiving. You can just tap it and create a beautiful sound. So that's why it is such a freeing experience. And more you start playing, it's almost like, you're in the kindergarten room and teacher said, "Here, Steve, this is a new toy. Do you want to explore how to play?" And you probably, bang or, try to separate. You will use your imaginations and skill to try to, how to play that toy. It's almost like that. All these instruments are very open-ended.
Let's go back for a second. Did you play any instruments when you were a child?
Yes.
What'd you play?
I played mandarin, which is like a small guitar, and trumpet. But always my instruments was my voice. I always wanted to be a singer. Even though after I realized that I don't have skill to be in opera theater, I just said, "Oh, you know what? Don't worry about it." And other thing I have a really problem is that I will put so much emotion into singing, I forget the lyrics. Isn't it bad?
So it does come back for you to some degree. It loops back to you.
Everything.
The beginning.
Yes. So it's really interesting how people sometimes say, "I don't know what to do with my life. Like, I don't know what is the meaning of my life." You just look back. What did you do? What did you like when you're a child? What makes you so excited? I've always liked to sing. So as I look back, everything I did, what I learned at school, what I did not learn, defines who I am. And I can really try to integrate all the skills into what I'm doing. I try to pay attention to people's physical needs, and at the same time, I try to find out what their energetical needs as well.
Yeah.
So last night we only had 4 people, so it was a little bit easy.
Right.
But if I have 20, 30 people, it'll be a little bit difficult. But I try to pay attention to people's energy as much as I can.
But it was really beautiful. And I have to ask you a couple questions about it, because one of the things that I thought was really interesting, and I don't know how you do it. Sometimes you would be at the front of the room in your bolletarium or whatever, boulangerie. And
You're so funny.
You'd vibrate a sound. And somehow you made the sound even, and I was like 25 feet away, 20 feet away. You were able to run that sound from the left side of me to the right side of me, from the bottom of me to the top of me. There was something happening, like a reverberation.
Yes.
And I don't know, is that me accepting that energy in, or is that a combination of you sending it? Because I was like, how the heck? Because sound is sound, right?
Yes.
This is sound. We hear a baseball game, guy hits the ball, crack, crowd goes crazy. But it doesn't wash over us the way you did. So how do you do that?
I love that you are so observant. Most people can't even verbalize that sensation. So just like I said, certain balls, because I handpick, they have the frequencies that create binaural beat, which is really expands and go through left to right and up and down. It really is. That's why some people call this experience sound bath.
Yeah.
Because you're like deep into
like the
wave. Yes. So, of course I do, control the, volumes and also the expansion energy, try to see where you guys are at, but balls does it. They just do it. They goes through you. the vibration travels 5 times more in the water setting compared to the air. So your body is 70% of water.
Right.
So it's all this vibration going through the entire body, shaking your system.
From across the room.
Yes. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because later you move around.
Yes, I did.
And with several different instruments, bells, a drum.
Yes.
2 or 3 different bowls, your voice, whistling.
Yes.
And
good job, Steve.
Did I get them all? It's like a
you.
game show. And then sometimes like you like stood over me and I watched you, I would open an eye, watch you do with other people. And you would physically move the instrument over the face, over the body, over the chest.
Yes.
What is your choice? What do you feel? Do you feel something coming back at you? Is it reciprocatory? It's a big word. Does it reciprocate back to you? Is what I'm saying.
Yes. So again, if I know each individual is working on certain things, then I would target a certain part of the area. Let's say you have intestinal problem, then you need...
Which I did.
Okay, yes.
Not last night, but previously.
That's right. Then I will focus on your abdominal area to shift the energy. But when we're doing a group session like that, I just go generally around neck and shoulder, head area, because our society asking for more productivity, more achievement. So we tend to think more, try to find a strategy and work more. So our head is really stuck, shoulder is stuck. And also these front side of our body tend to get really stuck as well. So that's why I bring my instruments close to those areas. The closer to your body, you can feel more vibration, more raw feeling. So that's why instead of me just sitting down and playing my instruments around my body, I go closer to participants so they can actually feel the vibration. And again, yesterday, because we were doing a little bit more gentle work, I was not placing the instruments on your body.
Which you sometimes do.
I do, yes. So
where do you place?
Stomach.
Stomach.
Yeah, okay. Stomach. Yes. And
when the gut. It all comes from the gut.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And when people are having private session with me, most of the time people is going to be face down first on the table. Then I put on along the spine and the sacrum. Then when they're going to face up, then I'll go ahead and put on the stomach as well, stomach and chest. So it's almost like having the massage, like a sonic massage, having the instruments on your body. So it creates much more powerful shift. That's why sometimes people need to be warned if somebody is pregnant, if somebody has really, really bad mental illness, because it can be way too strong for people to take that much stimulation. So I feel that if someone wants to go into pursue this career, people has to know that things we cannot do and we can. So I've seen some of the people who are playing gong very, very close to someone who has a mental issue that can put someone into the edge. So we need to know beforehand. So
issues.
Exactly. So as wonderful as these instruments are, it can be like a Chinese torture with the sound. Last night's session was originally I intend to make as a grief session because grief can be really tough thing to deal with, and such a deep emotion that people cannot really put into word. So that's where the sound comes in. But however, because it's such a mixed emotion, my intention is to just take all that, no matter what emotion that you're feeling, we accept that. We just hold with it love. I try to hold that very sensitive sound session for people who need that kind of environment.
What do you want people, what do you hope people experience when they come here?
That's really interesting when you said it. What do I want?
Yeah, I shifted. Did you hear that? I caught myself.
Yes, I did. That's okay. Yes. I usually say I have no goal or what's the word in English? I don't have alternative motive.
What's the word in Japanese?
目的?
Mokuteki?
Yes. Because as I said, I don't know how you're going to react to the sound session. I don't know what your journey is going to be. So I cannot have expectation, right? All I'm hoping is that space that I'm creating and that all these balls and instruments can take you where you're supposed to be. That's all I'm hoping. And my intention is to give freedom to feel what you like to feel. You feel safe enough to allow whatever the emotion that you buried inside, or you just wanted to have a nice sleep. You fall asleep means you're allowing your body to what to do. So
Right.
again, I mean, if we start thinking how many times we force ourselves to not to do certain things, not to think certain way, we force ourselves.
Mhm.
That is not really natural to us.
And also being like 10 steps ahead or in other places,
Yes.
or still worrying about that thing I said 3 weeks ago or 8 years ago.
Yes.
And then we go back and we're like, there's this beautiful moment happening right here and you're missing it,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
because you're all in your head.
Yes. That's it. That's beautiful said. Allowing people to be in this moment and allowed to be who they are.
We talk about this a lot on our show. What would you say to somebody who is on that precipice, on that cliff where you were, of I could stay and have this wonderful life working with kids, or I could follow this thing that's calling me to take a very scary jump to another ledge that I may not make it to, and I may fall down and go in this whole place. What would you say to somebody having done what you've done? Because you've been doing this now how many years?
Sound for 9 years, massage for 21 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you say to somebody who's thinking about taking their own leap, as crazy as something might sound to them, whatever crazy is?
But you know what, Steve, I have to give you a quick thing. When I was thinking about become a massage therapist, I fought the idea very much. Being a single woman, I just didn't feel comfortable being in the room with a total stranger.
Sure.
And there's a lot of stigma that I had. But the universe kept sending me a message.
Personal stigma, upbringing stigma,
Yes.
culture.
Above all. Yes.
Sure.
Yes. And I guess massage is often back then thought as like sexual service.
Yep.
And I thought I don't want to deal with things like that.
Mhm.
So, and of course, I wasn't quite mature enough as a human being. I didn't really feel confident being a woman. Again, that's another cultural things. Japanese culture tend to be little young woman.
Sure.
Yes. So I really had to go through, try to strengthen myself, my uniqueness. So I was not really happy about idea, but I just was giving all these things. I will open the independent newspaper, and there is an open house for massage school. You know,
All the signs.
yeah, all the signs. And the last sign was I was going home driving, and I saw the massage table in front of my house. Somebody selling the massage table, and I was just looking at it.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I got it. No more, doubt. I'm going to massage school. So if I didn't go to massage school, I never met a client who had singing balls.
Yep.
So everything is just, taking me to the place where I'm supposed to be. So I would say that people can start listening to their inner voice, start believing their wisdom. So instead of somebody's telling you what to do, you start asking yourself, what is that I want?
Mhm.
So the sound or meditation, even yoga, is a great way to slow down our thoughts and also really shut down all the outside noise so you can go within. And I would like to help people in that sense. I don't want to tell them what to do. I'm providing the space that quiet enough that they can start listening to their inner voice. So they can start finding out what I want in my life. This is what I can do in my life. So they can truly become who they are and to follow their passion so they can be who they are and happy. They don't have to do anything other than just be who they are.
We close these shows with 3 questions. Don't panic. You know the answers.
Okay.
Question number 1 is, where do people find you online and experience what you do?
Yes, people can go to www.musicofthespheres.sp.com. I do a Zoom session as well. So if you're living very, very far, we can still do it via Zoom. And people can come to Santa Barbara, the studio.
Highly recommend it.
Thank you. Yes.
The next 2 questions, anything you want to say, anything you've already said. Question number 1 is this. Question number 2, technically, because I already asked you the question number 1. Who inspires you?
Who inspired me? There are so many people who helped me in my life. I cannot say thank you enough. My ex-husband, Robert, was person who taught me how to speak English and live in the United States because, again, that was a huge leap in my life. So he's definitely the one. And people who I used to work with. And I followed my voice, inner voice. And I started liking my own voice. So, yes, it took me some years, but I'm hoping that the feeling of this contentment, I hope people can feel it every day in their lives.
And the final question is not a question. It is a statement to finish. You can finish it any way you want to finish it.
Okay.
It goes like this.
Yes.
Tell me something good.
The world, even though there are crazy things happening, but at the same time, there are people who has very, very beautiful, good intentions, such as yourself, spreading this wonderful work that other people are doing in the world. Because it's easy for us to watch news. There is so much fear and confusion and sad stories we are bombarded by every day. But remember, there's volunteers helping children. And there's so many wonderful things happening. So, I really love life. Life is good. World is good.
Thank you, Asura, for sharing your good self and your good sounds. Well, my friends, it's that time again. Time for us to wrap up another season of World Gone Good. We've had the best time bringing you all these new and returning good guests for this here season 5 of ours. We'll be back on Wednesday, October 8th to kick off a brand new season of good with our 5-year anniversary show. And we'll be doing so from our brand new studio in London. That's right, we are hopping over the pond to the UK for a bit, and you're coming with us. Remember, the first word in our title of this show is World Gone Good, and we've got so much World Gone Good still to see and hear. Now, why don't you take the next couple of weeks to catch up on any and all of our previous episodes that you may have missed? So much good awaits. Go get you some. We'll see you on October 8th with brand new episodes. Until then, be good.